Turns out it's not just cars, cows, and coal hurting the climate. Let's look at the damage your gas stove could be doing. Now you're cooking with gas. Chefs love their gas stoves, but it turns out this old school appliance has some downsides.
We don't stand over the exhaust from a tailpipe of a car and breathe intentionally, but we do that with stoves. It's quite unusual when you think about it.
Rob Jackson, professor of environmental sciences at Stanford University, fires up a few things you need to know about gas stoves. For starters, let's look at indoor pollution.
What we measured was two forms of pollution. One is gas that's leaking into your home all the time from leaky fittings and from the stove itself.
Unlike gas water heaters or furnaces that are required to vent the exhaust outside,
The stove is really the only widely used appliance where there isn't a requirement for the exhaust to be sent outdoors.
most of this leaking gas is in the form of methane, and the second form of pollution was generated by the flame itself.
NOx gases, nitrogen dioxide in particular, carbon monoxide.
These pollutants are known to trigger asthma, coughing, and wheezing. The best defense? Turn the ventilation hood on.
Every time you turn your gas stove on.
Next, what's the environmental impact?
The methane and the carbon dioxide emissions we estimated to be equivalent to about the exhaust from 2 million U.S. cars over the course of a year.
That's gas released from the burning flame.
The leakage from methane alone was equivalent to about 500,000 U.S. cars over a year.
In terms of monitoring the environment and greenhouse gases, the EPA has never included this data in the past, but that's about to change.
In 2022, they're going to update their estimates of the climate impact of gas appliances.
If you want to lower your impact, an alternative to gas is an induction stove.
Induction cooktops are safer. There's no flame. A kid can't reach up on the stove and put his or her hand into a flame and get burned.
Induction stoves come in countertop or drop-in form and use magnetism with the pan to create heat.
You can literally put in a number saying, I want 500 degrees or whatever you want.
Countertop induction burners can be found online starting at around $50.
People are starting to appreciate that there are good electric options now compared to gas.
We're turning up the heat on gas stoves.